introduction. You didn't know my whole bio was going to get read out. But I want to just share a personal story. The reason John and I have known each other for such a long time, and really important in the fact that I collect people in my life, is that our children grew up together. Both our boys are now 20 years old and in college and enjoying their summer. But one of the things that's really important is not just developing a personal relationship, but a professional relationship that means something. He has always been there for us, his entire team at Latham. Everything that we're doing, launching internationally, we do a lot of work together, and it's been a really great team effort. And to have partners like that makes all the difference in making work fun, and as I describe life, something that doesn't take any Advil. So that's my kind of check on making sure that things are working well. But I'm thrilled to be here co-hosting this event with Latham and Watkins. And just great pride, the fact that, since 2006, they've been supporting women with this Women Enriching Business and actively working to create opportunities for female lawyers, but also for their female clients. And the fact that their first event in Boston is such an honor that they're doing that with Care.com, so thank you. So I'm sure you can appreciate that having just heard a bit of my own story, female leadership and entrepreneurship is not just buzzwords for me. Concepts I'm truly passionate about, not just because they're central to my story, but because I believe they can be every woman's story, if she wants it. So how do we make that possible? Some big steps forward, to be sure. There are some amazing organizations, if you haven't heard about them yet. Women 2.0, I just spoke there earlier this year, a great group of women founders really believing in women in technology and entrepreneurship. Golden Seeds, that's been with us for a long time, Boston, New York, they're now in the Bay Area. The White House Project, supporting female leadership, just to name a few. They're leading the change in mentoring, connecting, educating, and investing in women, leadership, and female entrepreneurship. Programs like Nifty, Girl Effect, and Girls for a Change, among others, they teach young girls about empowerment, business, and leadership. And the progress is definitely evident. Today, a majority of students getting BS and MA degrees are women. Between 1980 and 2009, the number of female physicians increased 430%. 30 years ago, the ratio of boys to girls who scored 700 or above on math SATs was 13-1. Today, that ratio is 3-1. And in 2009, firms majority owned by women accounted for 40% of all private companies in the US. But here's the thing, there's still a huge gap that we need to fill. Consider the following. In 2009, 1.6 million high school students took the AP exams, and 56% were girls, but only 18% took the computer AP exam, computer science AP exam. And this was startling to me. I double-checked with my team. It's only 0.3% of all female college freshmen intended to major in computer science. And only 12 female CEOs ran companies on the Fortune 500, and that's in 2009. And then today, women make up just 9.1% of board members of Silicon Valley companies, compared with 16% on the S&P 500 companies. And only 11% of investing partners, some people are VCs here in the room, in VC firms are women. And only 8% of technology companies receiving venture backing have a female CEO or founder. Some of you are shaking your heads. It's tough. It's tough out there as a female entrepreneur. Stats, they're not here to depress you, but to inspire you, because as entrepreneurs, we like challenges. And think of your own story and the path you've taken to get where you are today. Look around the exceptional women seated next to you. Lots of experience within these four walls. Extrapolate that to include organizations like those I mentioned a moment ago and the mentors in your own life. What have you got? A movement. We're calling it WomenUp, and I'd like you to be a part of it. We need to rewrite the status quo of being female entrepreneurs in technology and being female leaders in business. WomenUp is about two very crucial things to changing these numbers forever. It's about collaborating to create the network that gets women funded. It's about helping women develop the entrepreneurial competency they need. And we hope to partner with organizations, whether it's Nifty, Europe. I'm really excited and I want to talk to you about that more in a second. We'd love to see angel and VC funding toward women double in the next 5 years and see an increase in female CEOs and board members of Fortune 500 companies. There are more of us at the table now, but we need to collaborate and fix the system. I'd like to suggest we start by having an open and honest conversation. In launching WomenUp, I'm asking many of my accomplished and powerful friends across the industries to join in and help figure out how do we double funding that support women entrepreneurs. WomenUp will enlist the organizations that are driving change, who are focused on funding women and through online activism, skill building, and research to help us listen, learn, and develop best practices. When you're the one climbing, it can feel very, very lonely. It also means that to get to the funding, you need to grow. You're usually pitching men and playing by the rules of the club that defines business today. It means that if you're pregnant or have young children, you might not be considered eligible for investment at all. Why does that question even come up? Together we can fix this. Let's talk a little bit about redefining the club. Many of us had to go start our own companies to be able to work in an environment that valued relationships, process, and empowered teams over achieving tasks and winning. Don't get me wrong, achieving and winning are very important things, but I also think that how we get there is equally important. Many of us started our own companies in order to get the flexibility we need as working parents or simply as human beings. How often do you hear a woman founder explain that they started a company to escape from corporate America or their current job? It's time for women to become entrepreneurs, not to escape a bad situation, but to pursue and have the opportunities to go after their passion. We'd love to be able to help nascent founders avoid many of the pitfalls we personally experienced. At WomenUp, we'll work to give a new generation of leaders, and even one after that, the entrepreneurial competencies they need to have the confidence to pursue their passions from day one. We're actually working very closely now with Nifty, developing a high school summer program to teach young women around entrepreneurial competencies. We'll announce that more soon, but we're really excited about that. We'll seek the holes in training for women. What do founders need to succeed that they can't already find elsewhere? And crucially, we'll expand our focus beyond adults to include younger women and students. Today, more than ever, many of us find ourselves navigating between our more authentic selves and the male model of leadership as we deal in the world of angel funders, venture capital, private equity, and investment banking, which is just beginning to wake up to the fact that women leaders are building strong companies that deliver amazing results. In fact, I think I did a speech recently at the Ad Club. I've been meeting with so many investment bankers. One of the things I added was, you have to, as a woman, play with a game face when you're meeting with a bunch of bankers who are men. And I said in the middle of the speech, would you like to see that game face? Right? I mean, the fact that I even have to think about changing my leadership style. You want to see it? Right? It's like, where can you find your authentic self? I mean, it really matters. And these are the kinds of things in mentoring and having those conversations with women, I think is important. Our hope is that WomenUp, we will be solving problems that most male leaders don't even know exist. As a working mother, as John mentioned, I'm founder and CEO of the largest and fastest growing company helping families find and connect with trusted caregivers. And why WomenUp? We're supporting female leaders. If you don't have the peace of mind that someone is caring for your loved ones, how could you ever pursue your passions, whether you're an entrepreneur or pursuing your dreams in your career? Really important for us. I'm joined by female leaders from across the country, from Boston and New York City to Silicon Valley. We've got another event in July in Silicon Valley. The young global leaders. I've rallied the troops of all the young global leaders at the World Economic Forum and female entrepreneurs, advising a group called the European Young Innovators Forum to try and get more female entrepreneurs who want to take part in this conversation. Breakfasts like these are just part of the dialogue. It's just the beginning. We're kicking off this, what we call a listening tour that we are embarking upon. I hope you'll be inspired by the panel discussions today and share your thoughts with us at womenup.org. This is our movement. including our men in the room, right? This isn't just a women's movement. Tell us the directions you think we should go. Thank you. I also get the wonderful honor of introducing a very dear friend. Jeff Busgang and I have known one another for many years, going back to You Promise, another mission-oriented company that helps families save for college, which he co-founded. Thank you for that. Today, as a general partner with Flybridge Capital Partners, Jeff is on the VC side of the conversation, but at his core, he is an entrepreneur, which is one of the many reasons he's so good at what he does today. His investment interests and entrepreneurial experience are in consumer, e-commerce, marketing services, software, and mobile startups. And he currently represents his firm on the boards of Cartera, ClickSquared, DataZoo, 14CP, SavingStar, Simple Tuition, TrackX, and is a board observer at Zestcash. Jeff is a senior lecturer at our alma mater, Harvard Business School, and we both adore, and teaches a class in entrepreneurship and lean startups called Launching Technology Ventures. He's on the board of the Massachusetts Innovation and Technology Exchange and is a founding executive committee member of First Growth Venture Network, a network of venture and angel investors supporting first and second-time entrepreneurs. Jeff authored a book on venture capital and entrepreneurship. If you haven't picked it up, it's a great read, Mastering the VC Game, which is an insider's guide for entrepreneurs on financing and company building, and his blog, Seeing Both Sides, helps demystify the venture business for entrepreneurs. It's authentic, it's honest. Definitely go to his blog. With as much as he's got going on in his life, I suspect he knows one or two things about work-life balance. It's my pleasure to introduce our moderator for the third shift panel, Jeff Busgang.